Hello, world of YouTube. This is going to be me reacting to Bill Maher this time. Apparently, he recently shared his thoughts on why Kamala lost to Donald Trump, of all people. And I probably would have seen it by now. I'm kind of stay on top of political content fairly well, I would say. But I avoided it on purpose because I wanted to record my reaction to it and share it with you, anybody watching on YouTube. And chances are that I won't like it because my politics and Bill Maher's politics have grown apart significantly, I would say. Uh, yeah, I just think the guy in my opinion, he has become a hack. I think he used to be progressive minded, on most parts anyway. Maybe on religion, he was kind of, too Islamophobic for my taste, but I don't know, on social issues, and personal liberties. I think we were maybe in personal liberties we're still pretty well aligned, I would say. But on policy, yeah, I think he has shifted right a lot, and on social issues, man, he has become a complete a-hole, a complete right-wing hack, really. Always trashing on the left's most marginalized groups. And even though I haven't really seen it, something tells me I think I did see actually a thumbnail on Kyle Kalinske. I have not seen Kyle Kalinski's reaction to it, but I did read the thumbnail and it did say that Bill Maher blames woke on Kamala Harris loss, wokeism or whatever the fuck you call it. I don't even use that term really, woke. I call it more virtual signaling. To me, there's a difference. Maybe I'll explain that some other time, but yeah. So in that vein, I will guess he's gonna trash LGBT people, especially the T part, the trans people. What else can he say about wokeism? Latinx, kind of like the same BS Richie Torres, disgusting Zionist. Richie Torres threw out in a tweet recently. He was blaming Kamala's defeat on wokeism as well. For people being anti-genocide, for chanting from the river to the sea, people pushing Latinx language or defunding the police, things that Kamala didn't run on at all. So I have a feeling that Bill Maher is gonna freaking traffic in the same BS lane. So without further ado, let's see how right I get it from him and how predictable this clown has become. All right, let's see where he takes us.
Finally, new rule. Someone must tell the usual suspects on the far left that the saying is, when you're in a hole, stop digging, not keep digging. Talk about doubling down on what got you fucked in the first place. Even the one concession I've heard a few people on the losing side offer, that liberals should stop saying the Trump voters are stupid, comes with a kind of unspoken parentheses. We know they are stupid, just don't say it. I got bad news for you. They don't have a monopoly on stupid. You wear Queers for Palestine t-shirts and masks 2 years.
There he goes with the fucking Islamophobic bullshit. That's all it is with this guy, honestly. He hates fucking Palestinians because they're majority Muslim. But we'll come back to that.
After the pandemic ended. And you can't define woman, I mean person who menstruates. You're the teachers union education party and you've turned schools and colleges into a joke. You just lost a crazy contest to an actual crazy person.
At least he seems to not be kissing up to Trump, at least so far. Even Trump supporters. I mean, forget the stupid part. I mean, I do think a lot of them are fucking They just don't pay attention to policy. Like Kyle Kalinske says, they're mostly vibes based. They're not facts based voters. So yeah, I think there are a lot of them are just fucking dumb. Like fucking Trump tells them, "I care about you," but they don't care if he shows it as long as he says it. Like, or Trump is pro America because he fucking hugs the flag, hugs the flag and humps the fucking flag, and he says it. Oh, I love America. America is a great country. Blah 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 blah. But he doesn't go beyond that. Like they're surface level voters, honestly, in my opinion. But yeah, besides the stupid man, I think they're fucking racist people, man. And in very deep levels. Of course, they're not gonna admit it. I'm sure people who wanted to keep segregation in the 50s and 60s, I'm sure they wouldn't admit they were hateful bigots. They were just, oh no, I just makes sense. It makes sense. Blah blah blah. Yeah, this whole moral panic on immigration and trans people, I think it's born out of bigotry with the MAGA movement, conservative movement overall. Anyways, at least he's not pandering to them, at least not in this specific segment, or to Trump, like Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski did recently, pretending to be journalists. They're just cowards, honestly, because they're scared that Trump is going to come after them. Because they know that he's a fucking fascist, and instead of confronting the fascists, they want to warm up to the fascists. Or he's fascist-minded, anyway. Anyways, let's keep listening.
You love to speak truth to power, and we always should, but you have completely lost the ability to speak truth to bullshit. The Democratic polling firm Blueprint told Democrats months ago that black voters, aka their supposedly liberal base, were more likely to find the president too liberal than too conservative. They also found that voters didn't just want Harris to distance herself from Biden, they wanted her to distance herself from what they believe the entire Democratic Party has become.
I mean, really quick, what the fuck was so liberal about Biden or Kamala Harris? What was so fucking liberal, dude? Seriously. What is a fucking liberal nowadays by whose fucking standards? Liberal means fucking live and let live, and yeah, we don't care if you're gay or trans. Like we accept you pretty much for who you are. But apparently being friendly to trans people, trying to understand their psychological distress with the gender dysphoria, apparently that's too fucking liberal nowadays. I mean, son of a bitch, it's like saying stop being pro-science. Stop listening to the fucking experts on these subjects. Because I don't know shit about the trans community and how they, how their gender dysphoria develops and all that. But I know enough to fucking not go against the majority of medical professionals who say, no, these people is a legitimate issue they have. And this is the solution. And it's not fucking rejecting them and throwing them under the bus just because it's politically expedient. But anyways, I don't want to sit here and pretend I'm the trans community biggest ally, but god damn it, man, these people are so fucking hate-filled, and this motherfucker too. He should know better. He should know better. Anyways.
A Portlandia sketch. Didn't just want Harris to distance herself from Biden. They wanted her to distance herself from what they believe the entire Democratic Party has become. A Portlandia sketch.
I don't know what Portlandia is. I guess that's gonna go over my head, that joke. I guess it's some kind of show thing. Or what do you call those shows? Anyways.
A bunch of privileged mean girls complaining about privilege and trying to make fetch happen. What a shocker that the people who see everything through the lens of race and sex see their election.
I get the mean girls joke and fetch. I seen the movie. I just don't find it funny, and I think most of his audience didn't either. I didn't hear big laughter.
Loss as a bunch of privileged mean girls complaining about privilege and trying to make fetch happen. What a shocker that the people who see everything through the lens of race and sex see their election loss as a result of racism and sexism. Yes, if only we weren't so irredeemably unenlightened, we would have elected a black president by now. Oh, what, we did? Oh, right, and then re-elected him. Maybe you missed it because it wasn't on TikTok. And sexism? Hillary got 3 million more votes than Trump, which in a normal country would be called a victory. It wasn't 20.
I mean, yeah, that's a fair point. I definitely do think that sexism did play a role against Hillary Clinton and against Kamala Harris, honestly. Sexism, racism, I think everything played a role. I think Hillary could have overcome those hurdles, and I think Kamala could have as well. But yeah, I guess that's a fair point, at least in the popular vote front. Hillary Clinton did get 3 million votes more than Trump, as you see it there. And yeah, Kamala Harris will lose the popular vote. I think she already, I mean, they're still counting the votes, but she's going to lose it. Not by a lot, though. Maybe by a couple million. And I definitely do think that sexism and racism played a role in there, because it's really what the fucking Trump campaign ran on, just hatred and racist fucking rhetoric, sexist rhetoric, and they even criticized Kamala. They talked about Kamala's race more than Kamala talked about herself, her own race or her gender. So yeah, I think it played a role. I still think Kamala could have overcome that hurdle. And I don't want to get bogged down into the Palestine stuff, but I do think that the genocide in Gaza played a role in Kamala's downfall to this fucking bigot guy, fascist guy. And yeah, man, the electorate is just not fucking very well. I don't know. They don't pay attention very well. Even pro-Gaza people voted for Trump instead of her. And if you're looking at what Trump is doing right now, he appointed Mike Huckabee, and apparently once he gets in office, he's gonna lift all restrictions on all the arms that Israel's gonna get. That a few restrictions that Biden put on Israel. Pretty much, he's gonna turn Biden's green light to genocide Gaza. Trump is gonna make it greener, and I don't know how these people who had Gaza as in their top 3 issues or the number 1 issue, they voted for Trump. I don't know how they didn't see that. But I think Kamala lost the popular vote, because of Gaza. I sincerely feel that's the case. But yeah, let's see. She's definitely lost the electoral college vote, but I think she could have won the popular vote. I think Gaza played a big role. I think it played a bigger role than many people want to admit. Like this fucking hack here, he would never admit it because he's Islamophobic, and I don't know if he's more of a Zionist or more of an Islamophobe. I think it's a question worth exploring with Bill Maher. But he's definitely one or the other, or maybe he's both, but I don't know which one he is more. A Zionist, more of a Zionist, or more of an Islamophobe. It's a coin toss at this point. Maybe I lean more towards Islamophobe, but not by much.
First sent more votes than Trump, which in a normal country would be called a victory. It wasn't 21st century sexism that prevented a woman from being president. It was the Electoral College. Democrats run for office as if the voters don't live here. as if they don't go to the grocery store and Starbucks and the office, but they do. They live here, and they actually see women and people of color, and it doesn't look like some patriarchal racist nightmare. Do problems remain pertaining to racism and sexism?
It's fucking racism, dude. I don't give a fuck if you're brown or black or fucking yellow or whatever your race is or your gender. You can be a fucking woman and still be a misogynist towards other women. You can be a fucking brown Latino and be fucking a racist xenophobe towards other Latinos who are lesser, who have less than you, who have a less power in this country, who have less of a voice. I know plenty of fucking Latinos that that willingly trash on that community, like let's say Mexican Americans or Venezuelan Americans, Cuban Americans. Excuse me. They will happily trash on Venezuelan migrants right now, or fucking migrants from Honduras. Black Americans, they will happily trash on black Haitians right now. So you can be a racist, you can be a minority and be a racist even to your own kind, and that's the sad reality. So I don't think it's a race thing. Like, you don't have to be a white dude, a white straight male. For a long time I did believe that, but yeah, I think it's more of an ideology. I think it's a right-wing trait, man. Right-wing conservative ideology. It's just a flaw in that ideology, that they feel entitled. They feel superior to other groups of people. They don't give a fuck why those immigrants are here. They would just mirror them anyway. They don't know their life. They'll still call them criminals. And this fucking people like fucking Bill Maher here, people like this guy, and many other fucking quote unquote liberals, and on the left, they are too happy to throw these marginalized groups under the bus. Immigrants, black Haitians, fucking even BLM people, trans people, forget about them. They'll throw them under the bus twice and then spit on them and then fucking fart on them on the way back. So, I don't know. They want to be more they want to be diet Republicans. Like, Republicans are becoming fascists, and we're fascists too now, but we're nicer fascists. That's the fucking downward spiral we're caught in right now. And there's no counter force to force it up, go up in fucking equality and fighting discrimination and just fighting racism, man. Goddamn, I never seen racism this bad. And I experienced racism before towards me. Let me keep it real. When I was in my early teenage years, I used to live in Compton. I was kind of racist. Like, I was afraid of black people. And, of course, you know, I kind of fucking evolved in my thinking. And, you know, I learned about slavery and all that. And it's like, why do I hate these people again? Well, why am I afraid of them? Because fucking older Mexicans from older generations, they made me feel that way. Because I don't know what made them feel that way. Maybe, you know how tensions get. Anyways, I'm no longer that person, happy to say. But where was I going? I honestly lost my train of thought. But yeah, man, at this point, I think it's fucking racist people. It's more a mentality here. I don't know if it's because of, I don't know what Mexicans think when they talk about other Mexicans or any other Latino group. I really don't know what the fuck they're thinking about when they behave like that. But it is really disgusting, and it's embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to see as a Latino, as a Mexican born person myself. But Anyways, let me keep hearing this guy.
Live here, and they actually see women and people of color, and it doesn't look like some patriarchal racist nightmare. Do problems remain pertaining to racism and sexism? Of course. But a poll last year asked, if America is the greatest country in the world, more blacks and Hispanic Americans agreed with that than the white progressives. It asked if racism is built into our society. White progressives agreed with that at higher levels than black and Hispanic people. It asked if government should increase border security. Same result. Hispanic Americans are less okay with illegal immigration than whitey. The votes are in. They don't want your pity.
The problem with immigration is the public opinion on immigration is shifting for one good reason, I would say, is the fucking Democrats ceding ground to the racist fucking Republican Party. Compare how Democrats speak on immigration right now, how they were speaking on immigration in the 2024 election compared to 2020. The primaries in 2020, everybody was fucking appalled by Trump's remain in Mexico policy, Trump's fucking family separation policy. So that's what's happening there. And Democrats got in office. Biden got in office. He started doing okay. He started doing better by the immigrant groups that were wrong under Trump. Then Republicans started turning up open borders, which is bullshit. Invasion, which is bullshit. And all these criminals, all mostly bullshit. And what did the Democrats do? Oh, let me go to the border and let me pass a bill that is pretty harsh, a hardline bill on immigration, and that limits the number of asylum claims that I can take, like 5,000 per day or something, when it used to be 0. And that's Democrats shifting to the right, because that's the problem with it goes beyond our borders. The problem with immigration. That's what a lot of people fail to understand. I guess this dumbass fails to understand that too, or maybe he just doesn't give a shit. I don't know what's up with these fucking famous rich people talking on politics, but leaving out so much valuable information. But just know that the immigration public opinion is shifting because Republicans are as hardliner as ever, as racist as ever, as xenophobic as ever, sounding like fucking Hitler in Trump's case, calling people the poison of the country's blood or something like that, or calling immigrants vermin or something like that. So, and Democrats just not putting up a counter narrative, saying like, why are you attacking this group of people? Just pay attention. Attack on BLM. Attack on trans people or LGBT people in general. Attack on immigrant groups. Most of these groups, most of them have no power. They have no voice. They don't even have the right to vote, except for BLM, I think. Trans people as well, but they are a minority group, man. They are already a marginalized group. Republicans want to kick down on them, and the Democrats just help them, or at the very least, they don't defend them. They don't push back on hateful, racist narratives, bigoted narrative. And this motherfucker is just joining them. Oh, look, white progressives. Fucking, what's it say there? Agree with this statement. Government should increase border security. Hispanics want it more than white progressives. Because progressivism, fucking people in our progressive side, they pay attention to shit, man. That's what this motherfucker don't understand. God damn it. If you pay attention to our foreign policy and and connect that dot, there's a connection there between U.S. foreign policy that provokes, pushes immigration, pushes people to leave their countries and come this way because it's a shady U.S. foreign policy that triggers migration this way. And a lot of progressives, they pay attention to foreign policy, so they know what the fuck is causing it, what's causing all this mass migration. And if you're a fucking right-winger or even a fucking liberal, I guess you don't pay that much attention. That's the honest truth. So, yeah, I don't give a fuck if you're white or black progressive or whatever. If you fucking pay attention, if you're a progressive, you're more than likely okay with fucking giving immigrants a chance, even the illegal ones, as long as they don't have a violent criminal record, a violent criminal background. And for that reason, I feel that way myself, because I fucking know why these people come here in the first place. And in large part, you can point a finger to U.S. foreign policy. A lot of this current wave of migrants, it's what is it? Venezuelan migrants. A lot of them are, or Haitian migrants. Pay attention to U.S. foreign policy with U.S. relations with Venezuela. Pretty hostile, and the U.S. has the upper hand, and they don't care. They just want to fuck with Venezuela, and it works, man. They are sabotaging Venezuela's economy. They're destabilizing their government, and that causes problems with the population there. A shitty economy leads to less jobs, and if you can't find a job, you're more likely than to join criminal gangs, and if you don't want to join a criminal gang, then you're gonna take your chance and come this way. Look at the U.S. relations with fucking Haiti. I mean, the U.S. is heavily involved with Haiti right now, and they're not there doing a good job. They are a negative influence in Haiti, and that's causing a lot of Haitians to come this way. And this motherfucker doesn't want to bother with explaining that, doesn't want to bother with educating his own fucking audience with that shit. He just wants to fucking look at the surface level issue and, let's see, most people don't like immigration, so I guess we don't like immigration now. I don't deny that it's a problem. Like, it's unsustainable, the number of people that come here, even legal people seeking asylum. I don't deny that there's a problem, but until the U.S. fixes its fucking policy, they should try to fucking help these people. Damn, I'm going too long and not letting the fucking video play out, but goddamn, it's kind of hard, honestly.
And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them. Black people, they're just like us. Spent 100 days telling voters, I know it feels like crime and illegal immigration are bad, but fuck your feelings. Look at this chart.
She did it.
Yes, there's a lot to...
God damn it, she didn't. We'll come back to that. On the whole immigration thing. She did not fucking do that. Fucking liar, man. Like we didn't fucking see Kamala. I'll come back to it.
Not like already about the new regime, but maybe take 1 week to ask what you did wrong. The basis for Democratic campaigns has become, we're the smart people. That we know from the get-go. No need to look into that. We know that a priori, which is a Latin phrase the red hat people wouldn't have a clue about. But they don't need to. Have you seen my "In This House We Believe" lawn sign? See, it says right on it, we believe in science. Right, which is why you demanded no one even debate whether COVID could have escaped from the one lab in the one city where they were studying it. How far-fetched. The New York Times called it racist. Democrats have become like a royal family that, because of so much incest, has unfortunately had children who are retarded. And the same thing can happen to ideas if they are also conceived in an atmosphere of intellectual incest. Maybe take the clothespins off your noses and actually converse with the other half of the country. Stop screaming at people to get with the program and instead make a program worth getting with. What good is liberalism if you don't win elections? Last week, Massachusetts Congressman Seth Moulton said, "I have 2 little girls. I don't want them getting run over on a playing field by a formerly male athlete. But as a Democrat, I'm supposed to be afraid to say that." Yes, there's the problem.
Here we go with the anti-trans shit. Oh my god, so fucking disgusting. Disgusting ass motherfuckers, man. How the fuck am I more understanding of these people's problems? And I'm not even that close to it, man. Well, actually I am, because I do have a relative, not a blood relative, but through my wife's family. She's transgender or she's intersex, one or the other. I can't remember which one, but anyways. But goddamn, man, like, son of a bitch. I could go into the transgender stuff, because I have read about it now, and I still don't think I know the half of it, but I think I know enough to fucking go on for at least a couple hours talking about it. And these fucking people, man, they're fucking gross. They are fucking gross. And that motherfucker is a rich ass liberal, or I don't even know if he even calls himself a fucking liberal anymore. Whatever the fuck you call yourself, Bill Maher. And who the fuck is this fucking representative? Seth Moulton? He can go fuck himself too, man. How are these motherfuckers elected? Cabrón. How are these motherfuckers getting elected? Being so fucking... I think I used to call Kamala a lump of Play-Doh, just sitting in the wind and molding herself to wherever the wind blows. All these fucking politicians, and apparently fucking mainstream political media pundits, whatever Bill Maher qualifies himself as, apparently they're the same fucking way. Let me lick my finger. Where's the wind blowing? Oh, there's a fucking anti-trans public sentiment. Okay, let me adjust my language. Let me adjust my rhetoric. Oh, what? They're shitting on immigrants now? Okay, let me adjust my rhetoric too. Throw a little poop on that fucking group. God damn it, I fucking hate these fucking politicians. These dishonest politicians, I should say. And this fucking... anyways.
In a nutshell. Because Congress is held by a formerly male athlete. But as a Democrat, I'm supposed to be afraid to say that. Yes, there's the problem in a nutshell.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Because Congressman Moulton sounds reasonable to me,
Sure,
but his campaign manager immediately resigned in protest. Let me make this as plain as I can to the smart people. The campaign manager who resigned, yeah, let that person go. Marginalize that guy.
Just listen to the fucking audience. Fucking idiots, man. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm getting so worked up about this. I just hate these fucking hateful bigots. Just punching down, man. Let's just keep that in mind. I'm going long with my fucking reaction here. Like, cause I feel like I want to talk about this forever. And it's not even my main issue, honestly, the whole transgender stuff. My top two issues, top three issues you could say is stop the genocide in Gaza, solve this fucking climate crisis, man, immigration, and close fourth, it will be fucking getting money out of politics. So these fucking politicians quit talking like that and talk about real shit, real fucking problems in America and in the world, like climate change and mass migration, and do something, find a humane solution to everything as much as humane as possible, instead of fucking punching down on what's fucking transgender people. What percentage of them are? What percentage of America is transgender? Fucking 2-3%, if that. Ah. So that's what pisses me off, I guess. These motherfuckers punching down on marginalized groups, voiceless people. Remember, these motherfuckers, what Bill Maher is doing right now, and that motherfucker Seth Moulton, they can go fuck each other. They can go finger each other. Go get in a room together, you fucking assholes. What they're doing is they're punching down. They are screaming at people who have no voice. They are stepping on people who are at the bottom. That's what they're doing. They're erasing people who are already marginalized. They are strawmanning them and beating them to death. And they don't give a fuck about their health. Because I read about, like I said, I read about that, and shit like this, shit like that you're hearing right now from Bill Maher, is what causes mental harm to the trans community. And they don't seem to give one shit, one iota of fuck. Ugh. And I get the whole sports thing, by the way, with the women and trans women versus cis women. I get that concern. I like to play sports, and I like fucking people not having unfair advantages. So I get that, but goddamn, they don't consider at all the harm they are causing on the trans community. And they're assholes, man. They are just assholes. Anyways, carry on, you asshole.
Try making too woke be a cancelable offense. It's important for America to have a center-left party, and for that party to be competitive. And a good first step toward that goal would be to make the voters not want to punch you in the face. I will conclude by saying the reason I'm so mad at the Democrats is because as a voter, the issues that were important to me were democracy and the environment. And now, there's no one to champion or defend either of them because you, with your aggressively anti-common sense agenda and shitty exclusionary attitude, blew it. You lost everything. House, Senate, White House, Supreme Court, and left us completely unprotected and ready to be violated. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody! See you all next week. We're all next week for...
Oh, thank God that's over. Because, goddamn. Alright, so in a nutshell, in just 7 or 8 minutes, this dingbat talked about democracy and the environment, trans people in sports, Kamala Harris on immigration and crime, border security, polling, racist, built-in, systemic racism in America, polling, America, greatest country in the world, polling, comparing, blacks and Hispanics to white progressives. Sexism in America, I talked about that already. Just the far left in general. By the way, I love how he has, when he talks about the far left in his little side picture there, he has an image of The View and MSNBC. Those are not the far left, my dude. This is how fucking in his own bubble Bill Maher is. He wouldn't recognize a goddamn progressive if he slapped him on the face, honestly. And Bill Maher has had progressives in his fucking show there, and the fact that he can't recognize them, like tell them apart from a neoliberal or corporate liberal, because that's what the view is. They're not progressive; they are corporate liberals. Same thing with MSNBC. They're majority corporate liberals or neoliberals, whatever you want to call them, but they are not the left, dude. They are not progressives. They are not the left. He's had Crystal Ball on his show before. She is the left. She is one of the left. Bernie Sanders has been on his show. Bernie Sanders is the left in its current form, but he just puts them all in one group and just paints them all with the same brush. And I think that's why he's fucking stupid, man. Because yeah, the View is not the far left. So whatever the fuck the View said, that's the neoliberal, corporate liberal narrative. The MSNBC, same thing, 90%. MSNBC Morning Joe was fucking resistant, anti-Trump Republican Central. A progressive or a leftist is not the fucking. They're not fucking Republicans to start with. We were born as never Trump people. We don't need to be Republicans. We're not never Trump Republicans. We're different. We're not conservative at all. Never Trump Republicans. They're still conservative. So, just to clarify that. And depending on how close you examine how many layers you go into the Democratic sphere, because it is a big tent. What like people say, the Democratic Party is a big tent. It's multi ideological, you can say, and right there you will find corporate liberals, and you will find some progressives, some real leftists, like Bill Maher likes to shit on. But it's just not the same, my dude. Like, again, he talked about the far left being stupid, talking about he had the View and MSNBC in his little side image there. And then from there, he went to Queers for Palestine. Number one, Queers for Palestine is pretty much saying, well, why are you saying that? Like, you're stupid for opposing genocide, for protesting genocide, for being upset about genocide, because that's what's happening in Gaza. There's a genocide happening against Palestinians. Hence why, if you're queer, you can be upset about genocide. You can be not okay with genocide. You can be queer, you can be straight, you can be trans, you can be gay, you can be whatever the fuck. If you're a fucking human being with the basic minimum level of consciousness, you're not okay with genocide. Anyways, he goes from that to that. People on The View, people on MSNBC, 9 times out of 10, they don't give a fuck about Palestine. They're trying to justify the genocide, and they don't even go that far to call it genocide. They try to look for excuses to justify the genocide or to find a false equivalent. So how are they stupid, Bill Maher? He's a stupid one, man, because he's fucking supporting genocide. He's supporting modern day Nazis in Israel. Israel has become a modern day Nazi state. The people, the society in that country, they are heavily indoctrinated. I said that before and I'll say it again. They are a very indoctrinated society. So, yeah, like I said before, I don't know if this is that level of Zionism in him, or he's just his freaking Islamophobia just oozing out. Like, I don't give a fuck who they're fighting. I'm gonna qualify the Muslim group as the bad group, and the other group must be the good group. That's all I can think of, man. I don't know. But hot damn. He talks about fucking people wearing masks 2 years after the pandemic. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't see any fucking body wearing a mask, man. It's odd when I see somebody wearing a mask, and I don't know why they're wearing the mask. Maybe they are sick. Maybe they're sick and they don't want to get me sick. Possibly. I do live in Illinois. Right now it's getting cold, so I do see more people wearing more masks because it keeps your face warm. So, but yeah, whatever, dude. You want to go with that stupid stereotype about the left, being concerned and not trying to get other people sick? You do you, boo, but you're just fucking helping Republicans for no reason. That's all it is. This is you right now. The fascist won, and let me see where the crowd goes. He's not sticking to his principles, honestly. The debate over the definition of woman, define a woman, or how do they say, what is a woman? I mean, dude, to me, a woman is, if I were fucking 5 years old, it would be a girl born with a female genitalia and probably has boobs and a booty. Or they may not, but, long hair. But goddamn, God forbid you fucking learn some new shit. Like, listen to medical experts, be pro-science for once. And God forbid that you learn that being a male and female, women and men, they really are a social construct. Like, that's what the fucking doctors say. That's what the science tells you. And yeah, who fucking come up with that? Yeah, us, the people in the social majority. We fucking refer to women as women and men as men, and we try to include fucking trans women now because we fucking know about gender dysphoria, and we know what the fucking doctors are suggesting is try to accept them. They identify as a woman. It'd be nice if you call them a woman. And that's where that fucking question is born out of. What is a woman? Because they want you to fucking define whatever the fuck they define it as. Like, oh, just a chick, man. Born with female genitalia, no matter what. I don't care how she identifies. It's gonna be a woman to me. I don't care if it harms them mentally. I'm gonna keep calling her a woman if she doesn't want to, even if she wants to be referred to as a man or as a male, he or you, the pronoun stuff. It's like, goddamn, you fucking are getting punished for getting educated. And I'm not the most educated person in the world. I barely fucking finished high school, guys. I don't sit behind a desk and read all day. I don't have time for that because I gotta go out there and work like normal people do, like the majority do anyway. Build shit, demolish shit, rebuild it, clean up shit. That is what I do for a living. But because I'm interested in politics, I try to find time to learn shit, read on stuff. And I guess I'm learning and reading enough to know that fucking being a ignorant motherfucker, hateful, ignorant person gets rewarded more than somebody who reads about fucking, like, it's to the point where you can't even speak scientifically on shit. Like, if you even try to get into the details of the shit you read regarding the trans people and why you don't think it's appropriate to misgender them and why you think it's harmful for them, you can't even get into that level of detail because, yeah, you get frowned upon. You're the weird one for fucking reading and learning shit. I should stop saying the word shit. I'm using it so much right now, but oh my god, dude. Excuse my limited vocabulary, I guess, but it feels insane. Like I said, the trans stuff is not even my top issue. Like cisgender competing against trans women, cisgender women competing against transgender women in sports. If you ask me, I don't say flat out no or 100% yes because I don't know enough about that topic. But I do say hit the pause button because for two reasons. I think both things are important because it's important for trans women to feel included and not rejected, because they are legitimately gender dysphoric, and the doctors recommend the best solution is try to conform to their identity. They don't have they don't have a better solution. Like, try to get that through your head, number one. Number two, yeah, I get the concern because they were born a male with a male bone structure and male muscle mass and presumably with testosterone and all that shit. I don't know enough about that topic. Like, yeah, do the research. Do your research. Do all the research you can. I still think they should be able to play in sports, though. But I do get that concern. Do the research. See if it really is a big deal. If it is, make adjustments. But don't be an asshole to these people. Marginalized group already who have a high rate of committing suicide and homelessness and all kinds of shit because societal rejection. Honestly, that's the big part. Or getting bullied in school. And I don't know what's happening to fucking people like Bill Maher, man, because I think he knows. I think he knows. I think most Democratic politicians in Washington, I think they know, but they're just fucking political cowards. They're cowards. They don't feel comfortable, I guess. I don't know what's wrong with them, but goddamn. God, sometimes it makes me feel like I should run for office and see if I can do any better, but I wouldn't know where to start, honestly. Yeah, I will have to do research, and I assume it's gonna cost money, and I'm probably not gonna make any money as I run for any kind of office. So how am I gonna feed my kids, and take the time to learn and read more on the topic of running for office? But goddamn, man, like, where is the fucking basic human understanding? Like, I don't know what words to use anymore to express how frustrating it is. Like I said, my top three: environment, immigration, ending the Gaza genocide, getting money out of politics, close fourth. The whole gender stuff, only because these fucking bigots and on the right and these cowards on the center left, you can say, this liberal corporate bitches, cowards like Bill Maher and the Seth Moulton guy. One side is bringing it up and pushing it relentlessly, and the other side is just letting it dominate the conversation because they're too cowardly to push back on it, or too lazy to read up on the subject and try to push back with facts on the subject. But anyways, the sexism part, I pretty much talked about that extensively while the video was going. The polling that he referred to. The poll that said the question, America being the greatest country on earth, pretty much showing a poll where it was the white progressives were the smallest group, the smallest percentage that agree with that statement. And Hispanics and blacks they were the higher percentage. Yeah, we agree that America is the greatest country on earth. I think the way it's worded there is very misleading, disingenuous. Why are you asking only white progressives? Did you ask Hispanic progressives? Your Hispanic group there? Were they all progressives, or were they a mixture of progressives and liberals and fucking conservatives? Same thing with the black people, the black group. Were they black progressives and they all agree that it's the greatest country on earth? I like to think that that is not the case, because we're not the fucking greatest country on earth. Who the fuck thinks that? You can love America, by all means, go ahead, but you don't have to fucking lie to yourself, dude. Our fucking healthcare system sucks. Our fucking environment sucks. Fucking Flint, Michigan. How long has it been? A decade already? Since they got poisoned by Rick Schneider? And they still have fucking pipes with lead in them? Their children are still getting sick with that shit? East Palestine, Ohio? They got poisoned by Norfolk Southern. We don't have the best infrastructure. Our healthcare system sucks. Our education system sucks. And I'm not even trashing on primary school or elementary school or middle school or high school. I'm talking about not having access to fucking higher education than that, whether it be college or pursuing a trade career, because fucking we're too broke. It costs too much money for a lot of us to pursue a higher education. That's one of the reasons why I didn't go to college myself. I couldn't afford it. That, and I had problems with I used to be an undocumented immigrant or an illegal, if you want to be an asshole. But yeah, I was in that boat. And that was at a time where I couldn't get a license either because of my immigration status. And what else? Yeah, so it was, I kept getting pulled over by the cops, and it became impossible to go to college after high school and paying all this fucking fines, for driving without a license. Then DACA came in, and my wife is an American citizen, and yeah. When DACA came in, everything got better for me. I'll just start there. Like, it was a huge low. Like, I could at least get a fucking driver's license and drive around and not getting worried about getting pulled over and possibly arrested and then get bailed out and then go to court and then agree to pay a fine and round and round and round. Tremendous relief. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, education. Like, yeah, we don't have the best education. We don't have the best healthcare, and our infrastructure sucks. Like, we have a shitty infrastructure if you compare us to other developed countries. So that's one reason to say, yeah, we're not the greatest country on earth. You can love it the most on earth, but we're not. We're not the best. Doesn't mean you should stop trying. But because white progressives are the minority group in this poll, we're the crazy ones. And I'm not white, by the way. I'm a progressive. And I agree with the white progressives, the evil white progressive. Having a built-in racist system, systemic racism or institutional racism. Again, same fucking polling. White progressives believe it the most. And Hispanics and blacks, not defined as progressive in this polling, they believe it least. They believe it less. Again, if you would have asked black and Hispanic progressives, they would have agreed with it because it's fucking real. There is racism in the fucking system. There's systemic racism. And there's a reason why fucking so many black people get fucking murdered by fucking cops. Okay? Even unarmed black people. So get the fuck out of here. There's a reason why a black person who committed the same crime as a white person will get a higher fucking sentence than the white person. That's fucking systemic racism. I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's like Bill Maher has to know this kind of shit, but I guess shame on us for acknowledging it and letting it contribute into our belief that there is fucking built-in racism in America. Ramping up border security, that was another poll that he referred to. That was just Hispanics, like I say, just Hispanics, not progressive Hispanics, versus white progressives. And like 49 of Hispanics, according to this poll, they agree, yeah, we need more border security. And like 15% of white progressives say, no, we don't. Because we fucking don't. And again, I'm not white, but I am a progressive. We have plenty of fucking border security. The border is not fucking open. That's one of the flaws where the Democrats just dropped the ball, like I said before. Republicans keep promoting the lie. They keep pushing the lie. Open borders, there's an invasion at the southern border. And look at this migration crisis. Look at these caravans. We need more border security. The Democrats are for open borders. So the Democrats are like, instead of fucking pushing back with facts, dude. Like, no, the border is not fucking open. What are you talking about? You flagrant liar. There's clearly security everywhere. People are getting caught that cross illegally. And it's just not the case. Your wall, that whatever part you build there, it was still there. And there's surveillance everywhere. The border is not open, number one. Number two is the real problem at the border is the number of asylum seekers. Seeking asylum is not illegal, dude. And that's another thing with Bill Maher placating Republicans. Republicans say they just qualify everybody as an illegal immigrant, whether you be someone that crossed illegally or somebody that you know, is applying for asylum, applying for refugee status or something. The Republicans don't make that distinction, and neither do the Democrats. People like Bill Maher, like, yep, lump them all together. I don't care. If you manage to convince a majority of Americans that they're all illegals, fuck it, I'm with you. Like, it's so dishonest, so dismissive of like being right, being correct, working with facts. It's like not his highest priority, honestly. And it's like that across the board, man, on the mainstream media. They just don't get into the details, don't break shit down for their viewers, and that's why fucking so many of us are so fucking stupid, bro. Honestly, a lot of the people that voted for Trump, they're fucking stupid. And even people that defend Kamala. I wanted to speak on that for a second, but I forgot what was it. Give me a second here. Oh yeah, the last point that Bill Maher made, that his main concern were democracy and the environment. I believe him on the environment because even when I used to like him, when I used to watch him regularly, he was big on the environment. Like, he does believe, you know, global warming, climate change. At least I like to think that he still, you know, hasn't abandoned that position. But the whole democracy thing, is he really concerned about democracy? I'll give him some benefit of the doubt because I stopped watching the guy in like 2019, maybe 2018. And he just disgusted. I've been more disgusted by him as time goes. So But when he's discussing democracy, did he talk about Joe Biden? Did he ever talk about Marianne Williamson, Cenk Uygur, Dean Phillips, RFK when they were trying to primary Joe Biden? When they were trying to challenge Joe Biden for the primary, for the nomination in this last election cycle, this last primary for 2024? Did he ever talk about them? If he didn't, then where was his concern for democracy then? Did he say anything about Democrats just coronating Kamala Harris after they finally accepted that Joe Biden wasn't it? After they forced Joe Biden down our throats, I should say. There were primary challengers to Joe Biden in 2024. But the Democratic Party, the DNC, did everything in their power to pretty much erase these candidates, like keep them out of the public domain, keep them out of the spotlight. CNN didn't give them many interviews. Neither did MSNBC. I saw Marianne Williamson on a few networks here, but not very often. Marianne Williamson tried speaking to some local Democratic groups, at the state level. And the DNC higher-ups at the national level, they were calling this local Democratic organizations, telling them not to let Marianne speak to their registered voters or members of their party, of their local parties there. So yeah, did Bill Maher talk about that at all? Did he ever? Oh, he did. He did speak to Marianne Williamson. I do remember now. So he was aware of her. Yes. Club Random, his other stupid show. But did he ever bring it up on HBO? The real time. I wouldn't know. So somebody there, whoever's watching this, if you know that, by all means, comment down there and share with me if you have a link. I like to hear it. I'll give him credit for that. Then I'll just, I'll give him credit for it. He does take democracy seriously and the environment at the very least. So I'll give him credit in that front. And I spoke enough about the trans stuff. I mean, I'll give you my position, I guess. I believe the doctors, the medical professionals, the scientists, whatever you want to refer to these people. I believe the articles that I have read, I don't know, a bunch of articles on gender dysphoria, how it leads to, that's where most people end up being trans people because of their gender dysphoria. Pretty much it's a real thing, It's not like they're crazy or making it up. They do have a psychological distress. That's one way of putting it. And the doctors say, yeah, they have this belief in their head, a genuine belief, legitimate belief that they are the opposite sex. And most importantly, what the doctors recommend is, help them adjust. There's several steps that they take from hearing sessions, hearing them out for like 6 months or something before they even confirm they are gender dysphoric. Then they gender dysphoric, and they move on to other steps. Like they go step by step. And no step did they ever say, there's this therapy we have or this pill that we have that will stop making them believe they are gender dysphoric. And that they are that makes them stop believing that they're the opposite sex. So you force them to be their biological sex, to identify as such. There's no medical procedure like that, unless you want to go to crazy town with the religious stuff, conversion therapy, shit like that. people in the medical profession, the science, based medical profession, they don't fucking follow that thing. They think that's wrong and it's harmful for people with gender dysphoria. It's better to confirm that they have it and then see where they go with that. Either full transition, and it depends on their age. It depends on so many fucking aspects of it. But, so yeah, because of that reason, another part of being a woman that likes sports is you want to compete in sports with other women, A trans woman feels like she's a woman. So I say let them fucking compete, man. And at the same time, as I keep saying, I do want to hit the pause button at the same time because I do care about being fair, not people not having an unfair advantage. I am concerned about that. But goddamn, there's got to be a middle ground somewhere. Let the science do its job, man. And if the science let's say, this person here that was born a male, lived as a male for like the first 17 years of her life, and now she's a trans woman. She's taking all this, but she already has these advantages that you can't do anything about. I'm honest. Let's see. It's a soccer team, and this person wants to play women's soccer. This trans woman, and she has all these advantages. You can't do shit about it. Like, no medication can stop her superior strength because of her bone density or muscle mass, whatever the fuck. I don't know enough about the topic, but yeah, that's kind of where the conversation goes normally. Okay, whatever. She is a trans woman. Let her compete with other women. But she does have these advantages, so there's 11 players per team on the field because you have the trans person, the trans woman with the advantages. You got to play with 10 players or 9 players. I don't give a fuck. I will take it that far to make it fair, and that way you don't discriminate these people. That's where I stand on the whole trans stuff. And I don't, maybe I sound crazy for suggesting shit like that, but I don't think it's that crazy. And I think you can just do that in any other sport. But whatever. I just focus on soccer because I play soccer, so I'm more familiar with soccer rules. Or whatever, you can have your full 11, but the other team gets to have an extra player, 2 extra players, and your team is only allowed 3 subs. This team can have 5 subs. I don't fucking know, dude. You can make it work. That's all I'm saying. Make it fair, and you don't have to discriminate. But I'm the crazy one, I guess. And now the whole thing again with the immigration stuff, saying that Kamala Harris said fuck your feelings on immigration. Kamala Harris and the entire DNC, pretty much, including Joe Biden, they placated to the Republicans. They did not fucking, they didn't throw a single bone to the left, honestly. I guess on economics, yeah, on worker rights, you can say that because the left is very supportive of unions, and most unions supported Kamala Harris because Joe Biden was pretty good to unions in that regard. He's a fucking genocide enabler who's a criminal, in my opinion. He should go to jail, but I can say that genocide enabler, he did fucking do a good job with a better job than Obama, better job than Trump, better job than Bill Clinton, better job than George Bush, better job than Ronald Reagan. And I don't know how far back you can go, but he has done a much better job than at least the last 5 presidents on empowering unions and just empowering workers overall, union workers and non-union workers. He's just better, man. If you look at his NLRB and his FTC compared to Trump's NLRB and FTC or Obama's, he's better. He was the better president in that regard. So, credit for that. So that's why unions preferred her. But yeah, she's not lying. Inflation is going down, and yeah, maybe she should have followed it up with saying, but yeah, it's still too high, and we're working on it. Her idea on price gouging, going after price gougers or banning price gouging. I think that was a good idea. So he's full of shit when he said that she was too hard liner on that, like saying people shut the fuck up, you don't know what you're talking about. She was not that condescending. And she was not that condescending on immigration either. With the whole, she was placating the right, as I'm saying. That bill that Biden was trying to sign into law, if that it would have passed by that was it James Lanford. I can't remember the senator, Republican senator that put that law together. Fuck that bill, dude. If you care about immigrant rights, if you care about people seeking asylum, and you just think that having a humane immigration system and just respecting humanitarian law, that bill was bullshit. Because that bill would have cut off asylum seekers at 5,000. But if it's 5,001 that need fucking help, like legitimately are in danger and they need asylum, and you're cutting them off at 5,000. 5,002, 6,000, 7,000, you're leaving 2,000 people out there in danger because you're being too fucking racist to do the right thing and bring them in and process them. Did I even finish that point on the border, by the way? The problem with the border is the lack of fucking judges, the lack of, I don't know, paralegals, people that help with the processing of the asylum seekers and do the vetting and all that. That's the problem at the border. The lack of help, not because there's no lack of security at the border. So it's just bigotry, man. And it's just angering that these liberals, I even hesitate to call them liberals because liberals are not fucking that racist, honestly, like Bill Maher is. Because that's just, or not racist, just indifferent to Republican racism. Instead of fucking challenging it, he placates it. That's what he's doing on the subject of immigration. And so the right message is, no, man, how about if you want to solve this immigration crisis, number one, send more fucking judges there to process these people and figure it out if they have legitimate asylum claims or if they're just bogus and we can send them back. Number one. Number two is, let's change this fucking foreign policy stuff that is causing all this mass migration. Did you know that the last time Trump was in office, before he lost in 2020, there were already sanctions on Venezuela and under Obama, but Venezuela was hanging in there. They were still coping together, keeping it together. Then Trump comes in and he wanted to ramp it up to 100. He wanted to go from 0 to 11, be more harsher on Venezuela than Obama was. And Trump was warned by his fucking White House staff, whoever the hell warned him. You follow through with these fucking sanctions on Venezuela, you're gonna trigger a mass migration. You're gonna cause a migration problem. Just be aware of this. Trump went ahead and did it anyway, and where we at now? We have all these fucking Venezuelan migrants seeking asylum, whether it be for economic reasons or legitimate, insecurity, like being in danger. I don't give a fuck, dude. You destabilize their economy. You ruin their economy. You destabilize their government. You try to coup their fucking government when you were in office. And you don't want to bear any responsibility for all these people coming here now when you're the one who caused the problem in the first place. And that's the shit that angers me with immigration. It's not that I'm biased because I'm an immigrant myself. I see the big fucking picture here. I see the picture. I'm looking at the whole picture, and I can see why the immigration is happening at mass numbers, and it really is unsustainable. But goddamn, turn off the spigots. Turn off the drivers that are causing this mass migrations, not just from Venezuela, but from Cuba, from Haiti. Fucking 2-3 years from now, we're gonna have a bunch of Palestinians trying to seek asylum. Whose fucking fault is it gonna be, guys? It's gonna be the U.S.'s fault for fucking helping Israel. Those fucking Nazis over there. Fascist government for aiding and abetting with their fucking genocide. And then you're gonna upset, and then the people from Gaza or the West Bank, they're gonna come here. Not all of them, but I'm sure a good chunk will come this way to seek asylum. And then they're gonna be smeared as potential terrorists because they're Muslim. They're Muslim extremists. So I can already hear the bigoted right wing MAGA 2.0 5 years from now uttering shit like that. That's the problem with immigration. It's not the lack of security at the border. It's the amount that you're causing with your imperialist, colonialist / just fucking ultra capitalist foreign policy. That's all. That's not all of it, but it's a good chunk of it. You can reduce immigration probably by like 20-30% if you just leave those people alone. You leave their countries alone. Stop fucking with their economy. Stop trying to coup their governments. Let them deal with their own problems. And you will have a lot less migration this way. But nobody gives a shit, man. Because I shouldn't say that. I think people would give a shit if CNN, MSNBC, CBS, all these mainstream media channels, whether they be, legacy over the public airways channels or cable channels, if they did their fucking job and informed the electorate, informed the voters better, we will have deeper understanding, and maybe we can put more pressure on Washington to change its ways. But we're fucking stuck, man. We are stuck in a spiral of misinformation, of manufacturing consent, and just flagrant ignorance, and sometimes willful ignorance. But I think a lot of us are just ignorant and we don't even see it. And I don't know what to do about that. But that's my rant. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever. I don't make any money off this shit, so I never say it that often, so whatever. Do what you want. But I really do comment if you agree or disagree, I don't mind feedback. Ciao.
This for the children! For the children, motherfucker! For the children! Free Palestine now! Free Palestine! You want to kill kids? Yes,